Hello everyone, in this video we're going to look at the accounting cycle that we will cover in chapter 2 and chapter 3. So we will start with the transaction analysis. We're going to look at different types or different situations, different types of transactions, and how each transaction affects the accounts, whether it's a debit account or a credit account, whether the account goes up, the account goes down as a result of the transaction. But this is the basis for our analysis. And then once we understand the transaction, we are going to prepare journal entries. That's the second step of the cycle. We're going to put the debit account as a result of the transaction, the credit account, and the amount. And remember that the debit amount and the credit amount, what we put on the left-hand side and what we put on the right-hand side, has to be equal. And this is done chronologically. That means every day there are so many transactions, we record it when it happens. At the end of the period, we're going to post the information from the journal entries to the general ledger. General ledger is the list of all accounts that a company has, and we're going to use a T account to help us understand what's going on, to simplify the process. Okay, after we post it to the general ledger, we can calculate the ending balance for each account. And once we have the ending balance, we can summarize it in a trial balance. Trial balance lists all accounts with the ending balances. If it's a debit account, the ending balance will be on debit. If it's a credit account, the ending balance will be on credit. And trial balance helps us check if the total amount on the left-hand side and the total amount on the right-hand side are the same. Okay. Also, by the end of every accounting period, we will have to make some adjustments in order to make sure that we follow the matching cost against revenues principles. All the revenues and all the expenses are reported in the correct amount, and the balance sheet account associated with the revenues or with the expenses are reported at the with the correct amounts. Okay, once we have these adjustments, we can prepare the adjusted trial balance. And once the adjusted trial balance is prepared, we are ready to produce our financial statements. So that's the end of the process for the current period. Now, before we move to the next period, all revenues, expenses, and dividends must be ready to start a new calculation, because we cannot mix future period income revenues and expenses with current period revenues and expenses or dividends. Okay, so for next period, we have to start from zero revenue again, zero expenses again, and zero dividends. Okay, so at the end of current period, we are going to close all the temporary accounts that include revenues, expenses, and dividends to the retained earnings. So now we have a retained earnings to be used in the beginning balance sheet to start a new accounting period. Okay, so we're going to look at all these steps in detail in chapter 2 and chapter 3. And once we're done with the closing entries, we are ready for a new accounting period. And the cycle starts again. Okay, so take a look at this cycle. It will help you understand what we're doing in chapter 2 and chapter 3. Thank you for watching.